Really nice W for the Toronto Raptors this evening. A much-needed W after that tough one against the Chicago Bulls in Chicago. They welcome in the Houston Rockets to town and win 116-109. And with the W, the Raptors improved now to 7-5 on the season. It wasn't the prettiest of contests. However, let's be honest here. Without Pascal, none of these games are really going to be pretty. But you just got to go out there and try to win as many games as you can until Pascal does come back when he's 100% healthy. But let's break down this game. First quarter, the Rockets were having their way offensively. The Raptors' defense was not there. They were beating us in the fast break. It was just not a pretty quarter at all for the Toronto Raptors. They allowed 37 in the quarter. They dropped 29, but you're down by 8 after one quarter of play. And in the second quarter, yeah, that flipped pretty quick. Defense dug in deep. OG and OG doing his thing, getting steals, and let's put the clip up real early, $1:18 into this video. Well, maybe it's a little bit different for you guys once I clip it up, but either way. OG gets the ball off the Delano Banton coming down the floor, dishes it off to OG, and he just turns the corner and drives down the lane. Two guys jump to meet up with him. Both guys not a chance as he throws it down. Huge slam for OG Anunoby. Bench gets up. The fans are pumped up. And, man, oh man, the Raptors digging in defensively, lead into offense. They plus 11 in the quarter, 28-17. And they lead. They lead by a couple. 3? They lead by 3 at the break. I got that one right. And now you get to try and weather the storm out of the second half. You got yourself back into the game defensively as you expected. Turn them over, get out and run. That's what the Raptors do the best. And they destroyed them in the turnovers category, by the way. And maybe not the actual turnover, 16-13, but the points off of those turnovers was really crucial in this game. But in that third quarter, it was really back and forth. Raptors build their lead up to about 10, and you're feeling pretty good. Maybe you think it was 12 at one point, but they bounced back. And that lineup they keep using, I love Nick Nurse, but that lineup of like Gary Trent Jr., Precious Achiuwa, Chris Boucher, Otto Porter, and Delano, and I'm like, man, there's not a lot of shot creation on the floor. You're expecting Delano to do that, and it's just like, you just can't. So it's pretty painful. But late in that third quarter, you needed some of that. You got it, but you won the quarter, 29-28, and you're up by 4. Heading into the fourth, and you need these crucial first 3 or 4 minutes, right, to buy some time for Fred VanVleet, for OG, to be able to rest a little bit before they come out for the final stretch of the game. Well, in that fourth quarter, Precious Achiuwa drives, and he goes down. And it takes him a while. He ends up getting helped up and has to get help to the locker room. He was barely putting any weight. Apparently, as Caleb Gray was saying on the broadcast, sounds like he wasn't putting any weight on that foot. And it's like, that's not good. Sounds like it's a sprained ankle, they said. We will see. As much as Precious has had a tough time this season, the last thing you want to do is see guys go down like that. Really badly. Hopefully he's okay. But in that fourth quarter, after he goes down, right, it's a tie game or you're up by a couple, really, you're not in a great spot. But then Fred VanVleet comes back. And I swear, every time you needed a big bucket in this game, Freddie's got you. He was outstanding. Otto Porter drilling a couple of big threes there in that fourth quarter. I think it was a 1-point game. Then he drills a 3 to put you up 4. They get a stop on the other end. He comes down. Scotty, the bullet pass to him, fires it, drills another 3. And he has 14 in the game. And that put the Raptors up 7 at that one. They really didn't look back from there. So, incredible job from Otto. Really nice job from Thad Young. And the Raptors win that quarter 30-27 and win the game 116-109 over the Rockets. A team you are supposed to beat. We said that in the last video. You are supposed to beat the Rockets. So go out there and beat the Rockets. Now, was it pretty? No. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. You won the ball game. You move on. Player stats. Scotty Barnes. He struggled from the field. Again, it's just like a little bit of forcing shots. The 3 has kind of gone quiet on him after the really hot start to the season. 13 points, 8 and 5. That's not terrible, but he shot 6 of 16 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. Did struggle there. Did look like he was forcing some shots, but did give you 2 blocks in the game. You know you're going to get the energy from Scotty. So if 13, 8, and 5 and 2 blocks isn't a good night, I mean, fine by me if Scotty Barnes is going to continue to do that for the Raps. Gary Trent, I'm not so sure why he didn't shoot as much. Look, 11, 1, and 4. Shot 4 of 8 from the field, was 2 of 2 from the line, 1 of 4 from distance. Didn't shoot much to GT today. Albeit, when Fred and OG are shooting the way they did, combining for 46 field goal attempts, I gotta understand why there's less shots elsewhere. And Fred VanVleet was electric. 32 points, season high for him, 3 rebounds, 4 dimes, shot 12 of 26 from the field, but 1 free throw, and I believe it was a technical foul. Made that 1 free throw. He was also 7 of 16 from 3. The dude made 7 threes. He was just incredible. Every time you needed a big bucket, Fred's got you. Oh yeah, by the way, he also had 4 steals and a block. Huge night for Fred. Ever since he's come back, he's been massive, and albeit they've needed him. Especially with Pascal on the shelf, you need Fred to be that offensive juggernaut again, and he has been phenomenal since coming back. OG, man, it's incredible when he starts drilling threes. It's beautiful. I don't want to say OG's a 3-and-D guy because he's not. But when he's giving you those 2 things, when he's knocking down the 3, and he's playing the defense he does every night, every other part of his game just flows. It's beautiful. 27 points today, 10 rebounds, a dime today, shot 10 of 20 from the field, was 3 of 4 from the line, was 4 of 9 from 3, and he had 3 steals and a block. I mean, he leads the league in steals, and, understandably so. He's been absolutely insane. And it wasn't just the threes, right? It's the driving. It looked a lot more compact today, a lot less scrambly from OG, and that's what you want. You want him to go in there with conviction, but be sound with the ball. And I think it was a lot better today. And it helps when you're 3-point shot because they got to come out and contest you. They can't just, sag off you a little bit and let you shoot a little bit. I mean, albeit they shouldn't do that anyways because OG can shoot the 3 at a pretty good clip no matter what, right? It's not like they're, it's not like you're Precious Achiuwa out there and you have barely hit any 3s this season, it feels like, and they're just going to sag off you and let you drive. No. For OG, they have to contest you. And plus 18 on the floor as well. I mean, just a phenomenal game yet again for OG. Now, 2 guys I want to bring up. One, Otto Porter. I mean, we've been kind of waiting for one of these games for him. Coming back from the season, didn't really do anything in training camp, obviously, with the injury, and I don't think he didn't get in any spring training, preseason games. So you knew he was going to take some time to kind of get into his rhythm. Well, today, his rhythm was good, real nice. 14 points, 6 boards. 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, 2 of 5 from distance. Both threes were big-time threes in big-time moments in the fourth quarter. Really nice job for Otto Porter. Really just defensively, he's been phenomenal. Rebounding. I thought he only had 6 boards today, but if you can go back and look at the rebounds he got, either it was over a big guy or he got way up there and just yanked it down like, nah, this is mine, I got it. And I'm like, I like that stuff. Get on the glass, get out and run, drill the threes, and I think got into a pass. He might have had a steal. Might have had a steal in there as well. I thought he was really good tonight, really good. And you needed that with Precious, leaving the game. You needed him to kind of fill that void in the final minutes, and he did a phenomenal job. And Thad Young did not score a point today. He had 0. He was 0 of 3 from the field. But I brought him up because every time he was on the floor, the game changed. For the good for the Toronto Raptors. Incredible defensively. I mean, it's the definition of a savvy vet. What you saw from Thad Young today. Getting the rebounds. He had 8 boards in the game. He had a couple of assists in the game. He had 2 of those. He had a steal and a block. But it's just everything else. The hockey assist, they call it, right? The secondary assist. He was outstanding. The picks he was, the screens he was setting. I just thought Thad Young was incredible. He was a plus 21 while he was on the floor. I thought Thad did a phenomenal job. Him and Otto Porter off the bench, you really needed that, especially with Chris Boucher and Precious really not giving you much of anything off the bench. I don't think Chris Boucher even scored a bucket today. I don't know, he might have some free throws. But obviously Precious Achiuwa leaving the game with the injury, but him and Boucher combined a minus 21 in a game where you won by 7. I mean, the last couple of games, these guys have royally struggled. Now, Precious is probably going to be out for, hopefully not the foreseeable future, but at least for a little bit of time. For Chris Boucher, he's got to figure this out and get back to what he does best. Getting on the glass, crashing it hard, and just get out and run, man. Be the gazelle you are. Now, we've talked about it before, though. When he's not shooting the 3 well, it kind of goes away from him, getting in the paint. He wants to get a 3 hot, so he stays out there. And it's just like, no, Chris, you got to do everything else, buddy. And today, he not really noticeable in the minimal minutes that he played. And that's fine. That's why when Thad and Otto Porter are playing phenomenal, they're going to have the runway in this game, as they did. Now, the team stats, Houston shot 44% from the field, 26% from 3, and 84% from the line. The Raptors, who didn't get there, I think, half as much as the Rockets did. Raptors shot 41% from the field, so not great, but again, with no Pascal, you kind of expect that number to be fairly low. 34% from 3, and it tells you right there, right? With Fred and OG going, 7 of 16 and 4 of 9 from 3, and Otto Porter even going 2 of 5 from distance. With those numbers the way they are, and the team shot 34, it tells you everybody else just didn't really get it done. Trent made 1, Scotty made 1. That's really all you got, right? It was kind of sluggish otherwise, but hey, they did the job, whatever. And 85% from the free throw line, did a good job at the stripe when you did get there. Now, you're +1 on the glass, so basically even. +6 in the offensive glass, though, 22-16, and off of those second chance points, Raptors were +4 in the points category, so that's, hey, you'll take that. And turnovers. Look, this is where the Raptors won this game, okay? This is where it is. You were +6, 22-6. You turned them over 26 times. Now, the points off of those turnovers, yeah, you made them count. We talked about it in the, what game was that? Was it the Chicago game? Or is it one of the other games where you turn them over, but you weren't capitalizing on those turnovers? They did tonight. They had 16 turnovers, leading to 31 Raptor points, almost double. That's huge. They had 13 turnovers, leading to 13 points. You beat them by almost 20 in that category. That's a big reason of why this Raptor team won. At one point, they weren't really getting it done on that side of the ball. But as the game progressed, the Raptors really did a phenomenal job creating the turnovers, getting in the fast break where they were +4 in the game, and then obviously capitalizing on those turnovers. The crazy thing about this game, though, with the Rockets not being a great basketball team, neither team led by more than 12. That was the biggest lead for both teams, 12. It was very odd. Because the Raptors shouldn't have been this close. But again, with no Pascal, without your number 1 guy, you're going to have to scrap these games. And speaking of scrap games, the next 3 are against teams, in hindsight, you should beat. But with no Pascal, it's kind of up in the air what you're going to get. Friday night in OKC. It's an 8 p.m. tip-off there. That's the next game for the Toronto Raptors. Then they play the Indiana Pacers in Indiana, who are like 5-5 in the season. But again, the team the Raptors, they should beat. And then you got the Detroit Pistons. Do we all know the history about the Pistons? But damn it, they should beat them. 3 games on the road for the Toronto Raptors. Those are those 3. They, on paper, should win all 3, but hey, it's sports. You never know what you're going to get. 1 game at a time. In OKC, Friday night, 8 p.m. tip-off there for the Toronto Raptors. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the win this evening, smack that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors? The Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already, of course. And I will, Discord link is also down there, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys Leafs edition Friday as they host the Pittsburgh Penguins. Pittsburgh won tonight against Washington, so that ends their 7-game losing streak. But if you're the Leafs, let's do a job. On home ice, 7 o'clock puck drop there between the Leafs and the Pens. And as for the Toronto Raptors, as we've talked about their game, their next contest is in Oklahoma City on Friday night. 8 p.m. tip-off there against the Canadiens. What I mean by that, Gilgeous Alexander and Dort. And there might be another one. Either way, those are the 2 main guys on OKC. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.